How did this idea spark? How did you initiate it?
So everything was born from Giovanni and Mario.
And what does the AI assistant market look like?
I would say that's tough.
And would you say you guys are building a real company or riding an AI wave at the moment?
Go for it.
Are you currently earning a profit, or are we not there yet? What does the finance side of the startup look like?
Yeah. So sometimes, like, I wonder how everything would be with everything like full time on the thing. But,
So can you tell me, what is heyEddy and who is it for?
yeah, sure. So heyEddy was born for students initially, so to help students prepare for their interviews. So for investment banking, private equity, consulting, trading, and quant. And then we also moved on the B2B side, so helping also HR firms and HR departments to better select people instead of using the common CV screenings or mathematical, logical questions, to start and try to better select candidates by using and getting to know their skills instead of like their background or whatever.
And how did this startup initiate? What was the idea behind it?
Yeah, so everything was born from Giovanni and Mario, the two founders of heyEddy. They started whenever Giovanni had like a gap between his internship period, summer internship, and his full-time job now. He had this free time and he took a flight and he went to Mario in New York. And so they started to understand what to do, and they wanted to build something because they always like try to come up with a project or a startup, but it never actually happened before. And so they came up with this idea to help students because they also struggle whenever they were looking for summer internships, looking for the off cycles they were doing. They struggled to get one. They struggled to prepare for interviews, and so they wanted to have a tool for other people to better prepare.
So tell me a bit more about this tool. What is the product exactly that you're selling?
Yeah, so basically it's an AI vocal agent that we created. I would describe it as it's basically as if you had a friend of yours interviewing on a topic that can be investment banking, can be auditing, can be private equity. But this friend of yours is basically omniscient on the subject. So it's quite good to have someone that knows everything about the subject and knows a lot of like questions that are taken from official like guides like Wall Street Prep, but it's vocal, so like you can actually talk with him. It's like by having a more interactive, way of learning.
Okay. And I'm guessing your biggest threat or competition is ChatGPT, right?
I would say that the main difference is the fact that they don't have, like the vocal agent of ChatGPT is not specifically trained on the subject. So the problem is it's also the fact that it gets a lot of biases, and like whenever you say something, it's more common that ChatGPT is going to tell you, yeah, it's right the way you say that. But with Eddy, it's not like that. With Eddy, instead, whenever you say something, unless it's 100% correct, it's always going to be like telling you like you missed this tiny concept, or you can improve the question.
So it's more constructive, you would say.
It's more constructive, yeah, I would say 100%.
Amazing. And what does the AI assistant market look like? And would you say you guys are building a real company or riding an AI wave at the moment?
No, I would say we want to build a real company. We're building a real company, both on the B2C and B2B side. I would say it can be pretty revolutionizing as a company and as an idea, especially on the B2B side, because right now there is a really big pain point in our opinion in selecting the candidates, because applying to internships and to job offers has never been this simple as before. There are like thousands and thousands of people applying to thousands of jobs and job offers, and screening is the same as it was 10, 15 years ago. So higher views, CV screening, it's always been the same. So instead of like looking at what school the candidate actually attended or what past experiences he had, we said, why don't we look at what actually people know? So like, let's put someone in front of them, ask them questions about the topics he needs to know. So like if you're going to audit, let's ask accounting things.
And what are the biggest challenges you guys have faced in the process of building a startup?
I would say the most difficult thing is letting other people, especially like old managers and like HRs in the companies we want to work with, understand that the thing we're building is the future and that we are not playing. This is not a game. And like on our side, it's super serious as a thing. And we truly want to revolutionize like the hiring process. It's not that easy to convey as a message most of the times. People do not believe that young entrepreneurs or young students, young people in general, can do such a thing. So I would say that's a most difficult thing.
And so with this bold idea that you have in mind, where do you see heyEddy in 5 years from today?
Hopefully managing most of the interviews on the job market, so especially in the finance world.
And what would you say are the next steps you guys are currently working on to get to that final goal, right? Or that destination you guys are searching for?
Yeah. So basically on the B2B side, we're starting actually with smaller companies, boutiques, and then we want to reach for the big sharks. We want to like start from the lower tiers just to get to understand if the idea is good, if the market is open to have such an idea. Because also another problem might be that maybe the market is not ready right now, or maybe something that the market doesn't need. We don't want to sell useless thing. So like if the market doesn't like Eddy, that's it.
Okay.
We don't want to sell bullshit.
And it's curious that you guys are both going for B2B and B2C. Do you think this is more of a backup plan, or is it a long-term thing you guys are planning to sustain and really hold on to?
I would say that like the whole idea is then to come to a point in which the two sides kind of merge, and so like you can connect the students and the people training on heyEddy for their interviews with directly to the companies.
Okay. And another question that I have is, as a student, how are you managing your time?
I would say that's tough. But as everything that you might want to do in your life and everything that you can do in your life, if it's not tough, if it's not like challenging, if it doesn't take a lot of hours, a lot of effort, probably it's useless, or like it's not really meaningful as a thing.